Good morning. Thank you for being here. As no surprise to anybody, Democrats, session after session after session, have stepped up and championed education for the state of Montana, specifically public education. You're going to see today there's a very important bill that come to the House floor that is involved with the education, the funding of our education system, and you're going to see strong support from the Democratic Party in making sure that that bill gets across the finish line. But as we've said all along, that bill represents only one piece of the puzzle that is funding of public education. Today we have the opportunity to talk about something else that's exciting, another important piece to the puzzle. So I want to introduce you a real champion for public education, Representative Moffie Funk.
Thank you so much for being here. As a public school teacher, and on behalf of all my fellow teachers and all the amazing students across this state, thank you so much. And thank you to Representative Grubbs for bringing a great bill for funding public education. As Representative Schreiner said, school funding is quite the jigsaw puzzle. And what Representative Grubbs has done is do that framework. But to support that framework, we need to put in the missing pieces. And the bill that I will be introducing in the House Education Committee today, HB 27, brings many of those important structural pieces. Last session, Representative Kelker brought 3 bills to support public special ed, and I brought one. None of those 4 bills even made it out of committee. This bill, HB 27, was brought to you by the Interim Education Committee. This is bipartisan, bicameral, and this bill passed out unanimously. This is after 18 months of study and discussion. This is what we think, we know, is the best path forward for funding special education. So I will be bringing it. Did I mention it was unanimous and bipartisan? I will be bringing it to the House Committee this afternoon, and I feel quite sure that it will pass out of House Committee and onto the floor with the same strong bipartisan support that we are giving to Representative Grubbs' bill. So this is our path forward for special ed. We've been looking for it for a long time. I think we're there. Thank you so much. I would like, if I may, to introduce the president of the Helena Education Association, Kim Stout, who is going to share why it is so important that we fund special ed.
Thank you. Over my 18 years of teaching, I've seen so many different students come and go through the hallways of my classrooms and in the various degrees of special education needs. I've taught children who struggle with dyslexia, children who have high functioning autism, and who are completely nonverbal. These children often require a creative teaching approach for them to learn the best. Some special needs children thrive through auditory learning, some thrive through verbal learning, and some of them learn the best using cue cards. Some students need prompts. Some students need shortened assignments because 20-question quizzes are just too long for them to concentrate on. Some students need computers to type their assignments because their motor skills make writing with a pen or pencil extremely difficult. These students are all different. That's why it's critical that we have funding and the resources to meet their learning needs. Unfortunately, these resources regularly fall short. Several years back, I was trying to secure iPods for my first grade classroom. iPods are an amazing tool for special needs students. They allow students to record themselves reading and then play that recording of their voice back to themselves. Research shows that students' reading fluency increases by 5 words per minute each week when using iPods for this activity compared to the 3 words per minute of the normal reading method. But the money just didn't exist in our budget. So, on my own time, after long days in the classroom, I researched how to write a grant and secure the funding. I wrote a grant that secured $3,000 for the iPods, but I fell short of the $4,700 needed. So I put in the hours, I tracked down the additional sponsors we needed to get that $4,700. Parents donated to this effort, and we were able to track down sponsorships from companies like Costco and Walmart. I was incredibly proud to deliver that grant to get those iPods for my classroom. In fact, they're still being used by first grade students today. But teachers shouldn't need to donate countless hours of their own time, and parents should need to donate their own money just to get the resources their children need better. In recent years, we've seen such an increase in students with special needs, but a huge decrease in the funding to support those children. Special education teachers have been burning out. They don't get the resources they need, and we're losing special education teachers at an alarming rate. I urge the Montana legislature to listen to the teachers, the parents, and the students when we say that funding for special education is vitally important. Special education funding is a cornerstone for Montana schools. Please consider supporting this bipartisan bill so that teachers and special education students have the resources they need to thrive in schools. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and thank you, Kim, for giving such great reasons why we have to complete this puzzle. This is one of many pieces, but this bit will help support that framework. If there are any questions, one of us would be happy to answer. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.